Are you serious? Are you serious? There's been another CME impact on the Earth's geomagnetic field. And let me just tell you what's happened is, this is 2 in a row. NASA's concerned about it, and even so is spaceweather.com. I want to thank Reverend Gary for this report. But before I tell you what all they're saying, here's what BP Earthwatch was saying yesterday about this second release of a large filament coming from off the sun. Now, this is not a solar flare. This is a release, a large injection of a filament which creates a CME impact instead of a gradual amounts of electromagnetic energy. Here we go.
February the 9th, 2014. Guys, we've had a second filament release. We've watched these come around the sun. We saw the first large one release a couple of days ago, remember? Now, that CME is headed to Earth. Now, the first half of this big U that's been coming around, and again, I said this would be the week of the filaments. They were just too big, and there were too many on this side of the sun. It's released another Earth-facing CME. Now, it may not be quite as strong as the first one, but it's strong, and now the flare trackers are picking them up.
And here's what they have found. He said February 9th, but he was wrong. That's a February 19th video. But here's what he said. He said it just was released at the time he did that video a few hours ago. Now NASA is reporting that the CME has made impact. For the second time in 24 hours, a very large CME has hit Earth's magnetic field. The impact was felt today, February 20th, 2014 at 0300 UT. Re-energized a subsidizing geomagnetic storm that sparked bright auroras over North America last night. The G2 class geomagnetic storm is now in progress. It's a high latitude. Sky watchers should remain alert for some spectacular auroras. Why? Because the geomagnetic impact, the geomagnetic storm that's coming from this impact from the CMEs is quite extensive, and it will and can affect weather patterns and extreme weather patterns. Now, let me just tell you what's going on right here where I'm at in northern Indiana. It is extremely warm all of a sudden. I've got drifts of snow out here. Yet this morning it was downpour of rain and lightning cracking. The wind is picking up, and from what I understand, I have snow drifts, large amounts of rain, flood warnings are out, lightning is striking, and we're expecting potential tornado activity this afternoon. We'll be watching it this afternoon and evening here in northern Indiana, all the way across into Illinois, up near Chicago. There is a high alert for some of this activity. So there's severe weather patterns. There's extreme weather patterns, but now we have extreme geomagnetic field activity due to these filaments that's been released from the sun. I don't know what happened last night. We were supposed to be on BP Earthwatch's live show on Blog Talk Radio, but Blog Talk Radio went down for about 3 hours. All radio shows canceled, including the Hagmans that were to come on after BP Earthwatch's show, which I was a guest of. We were going to talk about all of these things, including the fact that the water just turned blood red in Wichita, Kansas, and I was wanting to discuss these things and these extreme weather patterns, and of course these things going on in the sun and the comet linear that's on its way. And the Hagmans are very upset. They feel that there was some kind of decision made somewhere to cancel these broadcasts because the Hagmans had a very important information they were going to bring forward. Now, it was turned back on. Blog Talk came back on after the Hagman show was canceled. You say, Begley, you're crazy, you're overreacting. No, the Hagman show is the #1 rated radio show on all of Blog Talk Radio. It's #1. Okay? So the information we talk about, he talks about, is definitely making a difference out here as we're alerting people what's going on in all areas of the rise of the New World Order. You see, I try my best to give you a biblical perspective of a global manifestation of the rise of a new world order, which truly would show you you're living in the apocalyptic hours. So I'll be right back with more information, and don't miss the show today from 12 noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. Go to my website, of course, at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. You know what I want you to do? Give your life to Jesus Christ, because things are starting to happen quickly around the globe. Please get saved and give Jesus your heart.